Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rakak Kwadash, and double honors to the elder apostles and the elder bishops of the great millstone that rule well and that teach well while learning truth 100% according to the Bible. I also want to say shalom to the elect, the 144,000 men, prophet, servants scattered abroad the four corners of the earth. And also shalom to you, Akwaf, which are you sisters that are sincere, your children, shalom. And in today's lesson, we're going to come out here and do what we do week in and week out through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah, which is to prophesy, which is to say before, man. You see, and the Lord has set up men in these times, starting off with the elder apostles and the elder bishops of the great millstone, to warn you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians, ultimately of the impending danger that the Lord is getting ready to bring, man. You see, as the prophets have always done, you see, and I'm actually start off in that precept, right? Jeremiah chapter 28, and I'm gonna go to verse 8. It says, the prophets, right, which are the men of the Lord, you see, the seers, that have been before me and before thee of old, prophesies both against many countries and against great kingdoms of war and of evil, meaning bad times, and of pestilences, you see, and that's the same thing that the men of the Lord are doing now. You see, as it tells you in Ecclesiastes chapter 1, verse 9, that there is no new thing that is done under the sun. You see, roughly paraphrasing it. So just like the men of old were prophesying and warning the Israelites in that time period of the things that were to come, that's the same thing that the Lord has going on now. And that's what we're ultimately warning you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians about, man. Ultimately to repent, man, to seek Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah, ultimately while you have time, man. Before ultimately the Lord brings these judgments, because we know that these judgments are about to begin to start getting poured out very severely, man, in these times and seasons that we are in. Because as the scriptures have said in St. Matthew chapter 24, verse 21, for then shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, nor ever shall be. These are the things that we're warning you Israelites that are coming, man. Evils and only evils, man. You see, the Lord is not bringing a good time like a lot of you people like to believe in your mind that these Christian pastors tells you in these harlot houses and these different churches. They tell you that the Lord loves everybody, man, and that the Lord will never do evil. But that's a lie, man. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah is getting ready to bring judgment, man. You see, all type of different perils are about to befall upon this earth, man, especially in this place, America. And those that are not seeking after the Lord, for you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians, you're about to get caught up dead slap in the midst of all of these judgments. You see? So I'm going to actually go to Second Hedges, and I'm going to go to chapter 9, right, through the Spirit, right? Bear with me. And I'm going to start at verse 1. And it says, he answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself. You see, how do you measure the time diligently? You ultimately look at what the scriptures say and you align it with what's happening now in our present time. You see, so we see everything that Lord Yahweh Shah said will be happening in the last days before he ultimately made his return. You see, the end of this world, which is the end of this eon, this age, we saw the things that the Lord said will be happening. We see them occurring now. So that's how we're able to measure the times to know where we're at in prophecy, man, because we see all of these things happening just like the Lord said they would be, right? So I'm going to finish reading it. It says, and when thou seest parts of the signs pass, which I have told thee before, right? I'm going to go to verse 2. Then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. And when you go into that word visit on the AI overview on Google, it goes into judge. So we are ultimately living in the time and seasons where Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah is about to judge this world which he made, man. And he's about to judge this world through various different things that he's about to allow to come upon this place, man. Especially to America, Babylon the Great. This place is about to get it the worst. You see, for a lot of you proud Americans out there, you know, you 2/3, you heathens, all of you different type of people that walk around all proud and arrogant. Hey, the Lord is about to bring that pride to a cease, man, for a lot of you people, man, because it's about to get real deadly serious out here. It's not about to be fun and games real soon, man. You see? But I'm going to finish reading it. This is verse 3. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes, right? You got earthquakes happening in diverse places, man. All of these are the signs of the times. You see? What did Lord Yahweh Shah say in St. Matthew, right? I'm going to grab that real quick through the Spirit. Chapter 24. Right? We're going to grab that and we're going to come back. Bear with me. And I'm going to start at verse 3. And as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, tell us, when shall these things be? And what shall be the sign of thy coming at the end of the world, right? That word end of the world again, which is this eon. We're coming to the end of this world that's being governed and ran by the wicked. You see, the elite Edomites, man, these banker families that are ruling this earth, man, we're coming to the end of them being in power. You see, and that's why we ultimately see all of these signs happening in the earth. That's why we see these prophecies speaking so loud and clear, because we're coming to the end of this place, man. You see, and it says, verse 4, and Yahushua answered and said unto them, take heed that no man deceive you. For many shall come in my name, saying, I am the anointed, and shall deceive many. And ye shall hear wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. And this is the point right here, verse 7. For nation shall rise against nation, kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places, right? In verse 8, what does it says? All these are the beginning of sorrows, man. You see? So this is only the beginning of greater evil that Yahweh Yahushua is about to bring upon the earth. Here it is. We see all of these different things that are happening throughout the world. You got various different earthquakes that are happening that are deleting thousands of people. You just had an earthquake happen in Afghanistan maybe about a week or two ago. You had over 3,000-4,000 people that got judged in that, man, with multiple thousand of people that were injured. So, I mean, hey, the Lord is definitely allowing things to heat up, man, but it's only going to get worse. That's why I said it's the beginning of sorrows, man, because things is going to get way worse than what people see happening now. People thinking everything is bad now with the economy collapsing, the dollar weakening, you see, and things like that. These people are complaining about not being able to pay their bills and food prices going up. But soon come, you people are about to be complaining about way more things than just that, man. You see, because that's nothing compared to what the Lord is about to bring. You see, as it tells you right here, I'm going to go to 2nd Hedges, chapter 14, man, right? And I'm going to start at verse 16. For yet greater evils, right? Evils meaning bad times, man. Yahweh Yahushua is bringing greater evils, man. Everything that you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians, and you heathens see happening here in America now, that got all of you people distraught and now the place, hey, it's going to get way worse than what you people see happening now, man. And that's what we're warning you Israelites about, man. You see, that things are going to get worse. Things are going to get more intense here in this place, America. You see, and that you ultimately need to be getting yourselves right with Yahweh Yahushua, who's going to be ultimately the only one to protect you in these evil times that we are coming into, man. You see, you're not going to be able to get through these times depending upon what you think. You see, leaning unto your own understanding. You see, being carnal, that's not going to get you through these times. What's going to get you through these times is if Yahweh Yahushua has mercy upon you, man. And ultimately, you have to be of his elect to get that mercy, man. Which Abarat Azah, we pray and hope that we're a part of that number. You see? But I'm going to finish reading. It says, for yet greater evils than those which thou hast seen happen shall be done hereafter, right? Verse 17. For look how much the world shall be weakened through age, so much the more shall evils increase upon them, right? Talking about the people that dwell therein, which dwell within this earth, man, this world. You see, guess what? The Lord is about to bring more judgment, man. You see, and it's about to get real scary out here, you know? So I'm going to get back to 2nd Hedges chapter 9, and I'm going to read verse 3 again, right? Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes, right, and uproars of the people in the world, aren't these the things that you ultimately see happening in the earth? You see, you got all of these people complaining, protesting. You see, you got all of these wars happening around the world with people protesting and rioting and all of this different stuff going on in America with the YNs versus the National Guard and all of this other different madness that these people are talking about. You see, you got that situation that just occurred yesterday where I'm not even going to name it because we know how this devil is. Hey, you got protests happening, man. Those are what you would consider the uproars of the people. And we know that eventually these people are going to lose their mind, man. People are going to bug out. The Lord is going to put the spirit on these Americans to lose their cool real soon, man. Especially when things in this place, America, begins to get worse than what it is now. Once these people understand and realize that the so-called American dream that they've been believing in all of their lives was nothing but a big lie. You see, and that's what these people are about to wake up to real soon, man. A lot of people seeing it now, but it's going to get worse, man. And that's when the Lord going to put the spirit on these people to, to uproar, man, and people to take matters into their own hands. That's when you're going to have everything popping off like the scriptures have said. You see, where the Lord going to have Egyptian against Egyptian. You see, civil wars, civil unrest, all of these different things are getting ready to come to the shores of America, man. And we see already the stage being set for it, man. You see? So I'm going to finish reading it, right? And we're going to get into that as well. It says, verse 4, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High, Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushua, spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning, you see? Because ultimately everything that we see playing out is all the will of Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushua. These things are all going according to prophecy. That's why these things are about to happen. You see, this is not happening by coincidence. Oh, man, why this stuff going on? This feels bad out here. You see, that's what a lot of these people want to believe in their mind, that all this stuff is just happening out of coincidence. No, it's not happening out of coincidence, man. Yahweh Bashim Yahushua is the one that's bringing these times, man. You see, because we're in the midst of prophecy being fulfilled. And these things must happen. That's what a lot of these people don't realize, you know. So I'm going to finish reading it. And this is verse 5. For like as all that is made in the world have a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest, man. And that's what we're telling you Israelites, man, to begin right with the Lord while you ultimately still can. Because, hey, we're at the end, man. And it's about to get real ugly out here real soon for a lot of you jakes, man, that are not seeking Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. You know, it's going to get very, you know, cruel and, what's the word I'm looking for? It's going to get real ugly out here for you people. No better way to say it. You know, with these judgments that Yahweh Bashim Yahushua is ultimately about to unleash upon this place, America, man, and the world. You see? So bear with me. I'm going to go to that precept as well. Because this is ultimately the time and season that we're coming into, man. That's why I love going to this chapter, man. Because this chapter is so prevalent in the things that we see happening in the earth, man. Right? 2nd Hedges chapter 15, right? And I'm going to start at verse 1, right? It says, behold, speak thou in the ears of my people, right? Who's the Lord's people? You so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians, man. Which makes up the biblical Hebrew Israelites, you know? And also you have speckled birds that may look like the heathen nations, but their seed line also goes back to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. You're the Israelites, man. If this gospel can resonate with you, then you're a Jake, man. You see? Because this gospel is not for everyone, you see? So like I said, you have Israelites that look like other nations. It's not about color. It's about the seed line of their fathers, where it goes back to. You see? So I'm going to finish reading it. It says, behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, right? Which is the spirit of our Lord Yahushua, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. The Lord is the spirit of prophecy, man. You see? So all of the true men of the Lord, they're going to be warning. They're going to be telling you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native American Indians to get right with the Lord, man. To repent, to turn back, man. To turn away from your wrongful thoughts, sayings, and doings, man. You see? To try to walk a lifestyle that Yahweh Bashim Yahushua wants you to lead your life in, man. Not following after the ways of this world. Because everybody that love the ways of Babylon, the great America, they're about to be destroyed by Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, man. 2/3 of our people, and as well as these heathen nations, man. They're about to get judged severely in these times that the Lord is about to bring, man. You know? So I'm going to actually go to that Revelation 19:10 through the Spirit, just so I can prove that the Spirit of our Lord is the spirit of prophecy, man. You see? This is Revelation chapter 19. And I'm going to go to verse 10, right? Getting straight to the point. And it says, and I fell at his feet to worship him. And this is our forefather John the Revelator sending an angel, right? And he said unto me, see thou do it not. I am thy fellow servant and of thy brethren that have the testimony of Yahushua. Worship Yahweh, for the testimony of Yahushua HaMashiach is the spirit of prophecy, you see? And like I was saying earlier, that goes into say before. So we're warning you Israelites ultimately of the things that the Lord is about to bring upon the earth, man. And ultimately that you don't want no parts in it, man. That's why you need to be seeking him and building your relationship with him now in these times. But we know that ultimately only the elect of the nation of Israel are going to truly turn back to Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, because ultimately it's only meant for the elect on this side to receive salvation, to truly repent and return back to their power. You see, the 2/3 of our people are not going to seek after the ways of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. That's why they're going to be judged, man. Right along in this place, America, that they love so much, man. Right along with their father, Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. You see? But it says, I'm going to finish reading. Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth, saith the Lord, right? Because we know, as it tells us in Amos 3:7, how surely the Lord power will do nothing, but he revealeth his secrets unto the servants, the prophets, which are the same men that he has up in these times that are prophesying and warning you Israelites, man, of what's to come, right? This is verse 2. It says, it caused them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true. You see, and that's talking about these prophecies, man. Because all of these things that we're ultimately warning you, Jakes, of that you don't believe in your mind is ever going to happen, it's going to happen, man. Thus saith the Lord, thus saith the Bible, man. Because we know that Yahweh Bashim Yahushua is not a man that he should lie. You see, and I'm going to go to that precept, Numbers chapter 23, verse 19, right? Because we know Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, when he says he's going to do something, he's going to fulfill it, man. You see? And the Lord is going to fulfill these promises by bringing these judgments to light, man. You see? Bringing these terrible times, bringing these evils, and ultimately delivering his elect. The Lord is going to bring these things to pass, man. Right? So it says, Yahweh is not a man that he should lie, neither the son of man that he should repent. Have he said, and shall he not do it? Or have he spoken, and shall he not make it good? You see, so everything is going to happen according to the will of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. These prophecies are faithful and true, man, and they are going to come to pass. These evil times that we're warning you Israelites about, these things are going to happen, man, right? What does it say in Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 3? For the vision, right, meaning the prophecies, is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry, man. So, hey, these things are going to come to pass, man, whether you people want to believe it or not, whether you people want to get right with the Lord or not, man. Guess what? Your unbelief is not going to stop these prophecies from coming to pass, man. You see? And I'm going to go to another precept on that, right? This is Isaiah, right? Chapter 55. And I'm going to read verse 11, right? It says, so shall my word, right? The word of the Lord is the prophecies. Be that goeth forth out of my mouth, right? The mouthpiece of the Lord is the prophets, the men that he have set up to warn you Israelites, right? It said, it shall not return unto me void. You see, meaning empty, man, because all of these prophecies are going to come to pass, man. At the end of the day, you see, all of these bad times that we're warning you Israelites about, these perils and these only evils that the Lord is getting ready to unleash, they're going to happen, man. You see, there's no running from it. There's no hiding it. You see, there's no, oh, if I don't believe it, it won't happen. No, it ain't none of that, man. These things going to come to pass, whether you people like it or not. You see, because this is the counsel of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. And we know the counsel of the Lord shall stand. As it tells you in Isaiah chapter 46, verse 9. It says, remember, I'm going to grab it because I don't want to botch it. We're going to finish reading this. But it says, but it shall accomplish that which I please, and it shall prosper in the thing whereto I sent thee. You see, so all of these things are going to come to pass, man. You see? This is Isaiah chapter 46, right? And I'm going to start at verse 9, but the point is at 10, right? And it says, remember the former things of old, for I am Yahweh, and there is none else. I am Yahweh, and there is none like me. Verse 10, declaring the end from the beginning, man, right? And from ancient times, the things that are not yet done, saying, my counsel shall stand, and I will do all my pleasure, man. So ultimately, Yahweh Shem Yahushua's counsel will stand, man. And that's bringing these evils, man. You see, bringing these judgments, you see, delivering his elect out of all of the snares and the traps and all the different types of things that is about to be unleashed upon the earth. The Lord is going to be with his elect, man, of the nation of Israel. You see, but for everybody that's not of that number, then, hey, it's going to be pretty much over for you, man, in these times that we're getting ready to come into, you know? So I'm going to get back into 2nd Hedges 15. And I'm going to read verse 3. It says, fear not the imaginations against thee. Let not the incredulity of them trouble thee that speak against thee. You go into that word incredulity, it goes into unbelief, man. And like I said before, a good majority of our people, man, they do not believe in Yahweh Shem Yahushua. You see, even though our people may say, oh, we love the Lord and all of this different type of stuff that they may ultimately say, we can tell by their actions that they don't fear nor they believe in Yahweh Shem Yahushua. You see, and a lot of our people are unbelievers, which what that word incredulity goes into. They don't believe these things we tell them is going to happen. They don't believe that America is going to be destroyed by ICBM nuclear missiles and laser beams from the chariots. You see, they don't believe that there's a thing called Jacob's trouble, where this devil's going to come down upon them having great wrath. You see, they don't believe that this devil's going to make it mandatory that you have to take an implantable device in order to thrive in his society. Our people don't believe this stuff, man, because they don't have any belief in Yahweh Shem Yahushua. They're unbelievers, man. That's why the 2/3 have to be destroyed. You see, and they are going to be destroyed, man, in this lifetime. You see? So I'm going to finish reading it, right? I'm going to read verse 3 again. Fear not the imaginations against thee. Let not the incredulity of them trouble thee that speak against thee, right? And this is the reason why, right? I'm going to go to Romans. Chapter 3, right? And we're going to start at verse 3. It says, for what if some did not believe, right? Shall that unbelief make the faith of Yahweh Shem Yahushua without effect? Verse 4, Yahweh forbid, yea, let Yahweh be true, but every man a liar, as it is written, that thou mightest be justified in thy sayings, and mightest overcome what thou art judged, you see? So like I said before, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter if you 2/3 Jakes don't believe that these things that we're warning you of is going to happen. You people are going to see it. You see, the Lord is going to make a lot of you people believers real soon, man. And he's about to make you believers through all of the judgments that he's ultimately about to pour out. Ultimately by bringing forth Jacob's trouble, which we know is a part of scriptures, which we know that will happen. You see, and I'm going to go into that, Abaratazah. You see? But these are the times in which it is that we are living in, and these are the things that are ultimately about to get brought forth. You see? So I'm going to go to 2nd Hedges 15, right? And we're going to read verse 4. And this is ultimately the reason why we don't really care if you Jakes don't believe or not. Because at the end of the day, we know that these things are only for the elect of the nation of Israel and that they're going to receive it. You see, and the others, they not, you know. Verse 4, for all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness, man. You see? So anybody that don't believe in these words of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, for you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians out there, guess what? The Lord has judgment with your name written on it, man. You see? Because we're living in that time of season where the Lord is about to punish 2/3 of his people, man, and that's for their wickedness, man. You see? That's why he's about to bring down his sword upon you, man, which is Esau Edom, the so-called white man. You know, and he's about to punish a lot of you Jakes, man, especially you YNs out there, man. You want to be tough guys. You see, the Lord got Donald Trump putting all these unrighteous decrees in and setting up shop for you Israelites, man. Ultimately for the times and seasons that we're about to come into and the things that he's about to bring upon you. You see, it's about to be very terrible out here soon come, man, right? And I'm going to actually go to that. Bear with me. I'm going to go to Isaiah chapter 10. All right, bear with me. And I'm going to start at verse 5. It says, oh, Assyrian, the modern day Assyrian is none other than Esau Edom, the so-called white man, right? It says, the rod of mine anger, you see? And the staff in their hand is mine indignation, right? Talking about the righteous anger, man. You see, the sword that this devil has been blessed with, you see, Yahweh Shem Yahushua have ultimately given him that power, man, to be a whooping stick on the left-hand side. You see, that's why King David said in Psalm chapter 17, verse 13, arise, O Yahweh, and deliver my soul from the wicked, which is thy sword, roughly paraphrasing it, man. That's talking about Esau, man. And the Lord is about to unleash this devil upon the good majority of you Jakes, man. You see, for your judgment, right? Because of your wickedness, man. You see? But this is verse 6. It says, I will send him against a hypocritical nation, man. And that's talking about you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians, man. Because a lot of you are very hypocritical, man. Here it is, like I said, our people honor the Lord with their mouths by saying, oh, we love the Lord. You see, but with their actions and how they conduct and live their lives, it's the total opposite of the way that Yahweh Shem Yahushua want them to live. You see, here it is, you tell Jake that they don't supposed to eat pork. You see, you don't supposed to eat that. It's abominable. You tell Jake that you don't supposed to be a mo. These are things that our people know because they've been told these things. And what they do, they continue to do it. So guess what? Since you want to continue to be wicked and continue to do things that you see fit, guess what? Yahweh Shem Yahushua going to do what he sees fit by bringing judgment, man. You see? Verse 6, it says, I will send him against a hypocritical nation and against the people of my wrath. Will I give him a charge to take the spoil, you see, and to take the prey, right? And to tread them down like the mire of the streets. And how is ultimately that's going to be happening? By these militaries, man, these militias, and all of these other different things that Esau Edom has set up in these times that the Lord is going to allow him to unleash, you see, upon you 2/3 Jakes. You see, these are the things that are ultimately about to come upon you people, man. What does it say in 2nd Hedges 16? Right? I'm going to grab that. All right? Because these are the things that are coming, man. And a lot of you Israelites out there, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native American Indians, both man and woman about to get a rude awakening, man, from the Lord. You see? 2nd Hedges chapter 16. And I'm going to start at verse, we're going to start at verse 68, right? And it says, for behold, the burning wrath of a great multitude is kindled over you. And that great multitude is going to be kindled over you Jakes, man. You so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians that don't want to follow after the ways of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, that want to continue to do the things in which it is that you do, walking after your flesh, being wicked, being YNs, being demons, being boss bitches, being all of these things that you people call yourselves. Yahweh Shem Yahushua is about to get right with you people, man. You see? And we can't wait till the Lord judge you people, man, because you people got to go, you know? But I'm going to finish reading it. It says, for behold, the burning wrath of a great multitude is kindled over you, and they shall take away certain of you and feed you being idle with things offered unto idols, man. And that's what Esau is getting ready to do to a lot of you Jakes. Why you think it's no coincidence that he's funding FEMA with all of these billions of dollars, right along with him funding ICE as well? And they're building all of these concentration camps and detention centers throughout America. And then all of these other different countries that are allied with America. Because that's where they're about to be sending a lot of you Israelites to, man. During this time of Jacob's trouble, you're going to begin sent dead slap into a concentration camp, man. See, because a lot of you Jakes, you see all of these things that are happening to the northern kingdom, how they're being deported by ICE and being snatched out of their houses and being treated unfairly. A lot of you southern kingdom Jakes, you see, you know, so-called African Americans, so-called Haitians, so-called West Indies, Y'all don't think that these things gonna happen to y'all. But hey, the Lord is about to put the spirit on this devil, man. And he about to come after you wicked niggas, man. You see? And it is what it is. Like I said, you Jakes gotta go, man. Because our people are just completely wicked. You see? And that's why the Lord is bringing these things upon you Israelites, man. You see? So I'm gonna finish reading it. It says, verse 69, and they that consent unto them shall be had in derision and in reproach and trodden underfoot. Verse 70, for there shall be in every place and in the next cities, right? That's talking about here in Babylon, the great America, man. These things are coming to America. This ain't, I know a lot of you Jakes believe in your mind that, oh, that'll never happen to America. This place is good. We ain't never had to go through no stuff like that. You know, that's what them people have to deal with overseas in those foreign countries. But hey, all of these things that you see happening over there in Gaza and all of them other different places around the world where it's mass judgments going forth, where it's a lot of starvation, people dying, and hey, that's coming to America, man. You see? And that's coming to you Israelites, man, and you heathens. You see? If Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua is not with you, these things are coming upon you people, man. You see? And you're not going to be able to escape it. You see? So I'm going to finish reading. It says, for there shall be in every place and in the next cities a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord. Who are those that fear the Lord? That's talking about you Israelites, man. You see? And when you go into that word insurrection, it goes into a violent uprising against something or someone, mainly a government. But in this case, that violent uprising is going to be against you Jakes, man. Because everything that you see happening in the news, you see, is ultimately painting the picture of you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native American Indians to be criminals, man. To be the T word, man. That's what these so-called white people and these other different races of people are looking at you Jakes as, man. A problem, you see? Especially with that situation you just had happen in Charlotte, where you had that Jake that just bugged out and, you know, poked that little Edomite woman up, you see? So like I said, these Edomites and these other nations, they're seeing the things that you Jakes are doing, and hey, they're getting fed up with it, man. You see, that's why we're getting ready to come into Jacob's trouble, because a lot of these nations are about to look at you Israelites as the problem, man, of why everything is the way it is. And hey, the Lord gonna put the spirit on them to go after you Jakes, man. You see, for your wickedness, man. You see, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua is not playing, man. You see, and a lot of you people about to see that real soon, man. You know, but I'm gonna finish reading. It says, verse 71, right? It says, they should be like madmen. You see, that's going to be this devil. You see, he ain't about to have no compassion upon you Israelites, man. You see, you boss bees, you women out there, hey, this devil ain't finna care about nothing, man, at all. That's how he's coming. You see, and a lot of you people about to see that, right? And I'm going to actually go to that precept real quick. Bear with me. This is Revelations chapter 12, right? And I'm going to start at verse 12, right? And it says, therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil, right, which is the so-called white man, Esau, Edom. That's not talking about a man that's underground with a pitchfork that's burning people alive like you believe in your church. No, the devil is an actual person, man. You see, you have the spiritual demon Shaitan, but you also have his physical counterpart, which is Esau, Edom, right? So it says, having great wrath, right? Because he knoweth that he had but a short time. And that's what the Lord is about to allow this man to show upon you Israelites. That great wrath, that extreme anger, that perpetual hatred that he has towards you Jakes, man. You see? You know, it all goes back to the birthright, man, what it tells you about in Genesis, you know, how Esau hated Jacob. You see? And I'm going to go to that real quick as well, right? Because this all of that hate that these devils have for you Jakes that the Lord is about to allow them ultimately to unleash, man. You see? Upon you 2/3, right? This is Genesis, right? Chapter 27, right? And I'm going to start at verse 27. I'm going to start at verse 39, right? It said, and Isaac, his father, answered and said unto him, behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth, and of the dew of heaven from above. Verse 40, and by thy sword shalt thou live, and shalt serve thy brother, and it shall come to pass when thou shalt have the dominion that thou shalt break the yoke from off his neck, right? So going into what I was saying earlier about this man being the sword of the Heavenly Father on the left-hand side. This man was blessed with that sword, man, and he's perfected it, and he's getting ready to unleash it upon you wicked ninjas, man, and you boss bees out there, you women, you ain't safe neither, man. If you're not an elect lady, the Lord ain't finna be dealing with none of you Jakes, man, in this time we're coming into, you see? And like I said, a lot of you Jakes in this time, you're going to wish that you sought after the Lord, man, instead of playing around. You see, instead of playing games and out here doing everything else and focusing your mind on things that don't matter, man. You see? But this is verse 41. And Esau, which is today the so-called white man, right, hated Jacob. And we know what stems from Jacob, man. You so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native American Indians, man, right? And Esau, this devil, he despises you Israelites, man. You see? With a perfect hatred. And he's about to show that in these times, man. You see? And it says, and Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing, right? Wherewith his father blessed him. And Esau said in his heart, meaning his mind, right? The days of mourning for my father are at hand. Then will I slay my brother Jacob. You see? And it's that same spirit that Esau is in, man, where he wants to slay you Jakes, man. You see? And Yahweh Shin Yahushua is about to allow him to delete a good majority of you, man. You see? In these times that we're coming into, right? So I'm going to get back into that second Hedges 16. And I'm going to read verse 71 again. It said they should be like madmen. Who is that talking about? That's talking about these National Guards troops, man. These militias that Esau has, the United Nations soldiers. All of these different militias and militaries that this devil is going to bring out here to these streets of Babylon the Great real soon. You see, that they're going to ultimately give the authority to go after you Israelites, man, to be rounding you up like animals. These are the things that Yahweh Shem Yahushua is about to bring, man. You see? And it says they should be like madmen, sparing none. You see, Yahweh Shem Yahushua is not about to have any pity upon you Jakes, because like I said, the Lord is controlling this man on the left-hand side. He cannot do these things according to his own will. The Lord is putting the spirit on this devil to come after you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native American Indians, right? And like I said, it all goes back to your wickedness, Jake. That's why the Lord is about to unleash this man upon you, you know? And it says, I'm going to go to verse, we're going to get into that Jeremiah 30. I'll come back to this, right? I'm going to come back. We're going to go to Jeremiah chapter 30, right? Bear with me, brothers. This is Jeremiah chapter 30, and I'm going to start at verse 4, you see? And it said, and these are the words that the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushua, spake concerning Yasharallah and concerning Yahweh, right? Or Judah representing the southern kingdom and Israel representing the northern kingdom, right? Because ultimately this time that we're coming into is going to affect all 12 tribes, man. That's why it's called Jacob's trouble, man. It's not just called, you know, the northern kingdom's trouble, because you Jake see the northern kingdom going through hell and going through all type of different ups and downs with this devil coming after them. But hey, they about to point they hate towards you so-called African Americans, so-called Haitians, and you so-called Jamaicans as well, because this devil doesn't like you at all. You see? And you people about to see that real soon, man, you know? So it says, verse 5, for thus saith the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushua, we have heard a voice of trembling, of fear and not of peace, you see? And that's what a lot of you Jakes believe in your mind is coming to America, man. You see, because you trust in everything that this devil has told you. You see that, oh, he's going to make America great again. You know, that things is going to get back greater for this country and things are going to get back on the up and up. That, oh, America will never go through any economic turmoil and things won't get bad here as they get in those other places. This is what a lot of you Jakes believe. You don't believe that evil is going to actually come to America. You don't actually believe that these things we're telling you about is going to actually happen. But hey, you people about to see soon come, man, right? So I'm going to finish reading, right? I'm going to read verse 5 again. For thus saith the Lord, we have heard a voice of trembling, of fear, and not of peace, man. Because you see, we're not coming into a peaceful time, man. What did Lord Yahushua say in St. Matthew chapter 10, verse 34? He said, think not that I am come to send peace on earth. I came not to send peace, but a sword, man. So Yahweh Shem Yahushua is bringing destruction, man. Chaos, man. You see, calamities, evils, judgment. That's what the Lord is getting ready to bring forth, man. It ain't about to be no peace out here in this place so come, man. The peace is about to get snatched off this place, you know? And this is verse 6. Ask ye now and see whether a man doth travail with child. You see, and we know the answer to that is no. You know, a man cannot conceive and have a baby, you see? But this is just basically speaking about the amount of terror that a lot of you Jakes are about to be in these times, man. For you YNs, for you so-called tough cats, you see, you so-called street people or whoever you may call yourself. Hey, if you ain't on the side of your how about Shem Yahushua, hey, in this time we're coming into, man, you people are about to be overcome with fear, man. You're not going to know what to do in these times, man. Because as it tells you in Isaiah 33:6, knowledge and wisdom shall be the stability of thy times. The strength of salvation, the fear of the Lord is his treasure. And you 2/3 don't fear your how about Shem Yahushua. You see, you're not trying to rehearse the righteous acts to the best of your abilities. So this fear is going to come upon you. You see, and you heathens, man. Right? So it says, wherefore do I see every man with his hands on his loins as a woman in travail, and all faces are turned into paleness, man. What does it say in St. Luke chapter 21, verse 26? It says that men's hearts, meaning their minds and their literal hearts, man, fell in them for fear, for looking upon those things which are coming on the earth, for the powers of the heavens shall be shaken, roughly paraphrasing. But amount of terror that Yahweh Hashem Yahushua is about to bring upon the earth in these times that we are in, hey, a lot of people are going to be just straight up giving up the spirit, man, having heart attacks, going straight to the spiritual realm. That's what's going to be the fate of a lot of you jakes, man, with the terror that the Lord is going to unleash upon you, man. You see? And that's why we ultimately come out here week in and week out, making our bodies a living sacrifice to warn you jakes, man, because we know the terror that Yahweh Hashem Yahushua is about to bring, man. And it ain't nothing that we want to be involved in, you see? We want to be exempt from that judgment that we know the Lord is soon about to bring, right? As it tells you in 2 Corinthians chapter 5, verse 11, man. Knowing therefore the terror of the Lord, do we persuade men? You see? Because we know the Lord is about to bring nothing but unstoppable amount of terror. You see? And it's going to be coming from all sides, man. What does it say in Amos chapter 5, verse 19? As if a man did flee from a lion and a bear met him and laid his hand upon a wall and a serpent bit him, man. You see, that's how it's going to be out here in these times. Just going to be evils and stuff coming from all sides. And if the Lord is not with you, you're not going to be able to escape, man. You see, this is why we pray and hope that the Lord has mercy upon us, man. You see, that we are of the Lord's remnant, man, because we know that these times are coming quickly, man. You see, won't be 5, 10 years from now, won't be 1,000 years from now. All of this madness that these false Israelite camps are telling you jakes out there, making you to believe that, oh, the Lord ain't going to never bring those times y'all talking about. Oh, that stuff going to be a long time from now. Y'all can continue to just be comfortable, live your lives, being wicked. Ain't nothing going to happen. Hey, you people going to see what's about to happen. You people about to see real soon, man. Right? But this is Jeremiah chapter 30, verse 7. Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it, right? This is going to be a time like no other, man. You see, worse than anything that you can ever think about that have ultimately occurred in human history, man. Whether it be World War I, whether it's World War II, whether it's 70 AD, whether it's the transatlantic slave trade, you see, whether it's the days of Noah during the flood, which was the first death. You see, worse than Sodom and Gomorrah and the neighboring cities that were utterly burned. You see, this time that we're coming into going to be worse than all that combined, man. You see, this is why you're ultimately going to need Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, man. There's not going to be no escaping these times that are coming. You see? Literally, you know? So I'm going to finish reading it. It says, oh yeah, and that's why you're going to have the Archangel Michael standing up, man. That's why Yahweh Hashem Yahushua is going to send one of his elite angels to protect the elect. Because that's just how bad it's going to be out here, man. That we're going to really need that support from the fourth dimension, man. The Lord is going to have to allow the head archangel to stand up, man, to protect the elect of the nation of Israel, man. That just goes to show you how evil these times are about to be, man. Right? How crazy it's really about to be when things really does hit the fan. You know? It's about to be crazy, right? And I'm going to actually go to that Daniel chapter 12, right? But it says, it is even the time of Jacob's trouble, right? This is not talking about Moab's trouble. Not Elam's trouble, you see, not Ishmael's trouble, not Esau's trouble, even though we know these other nations, they're going to get caught in the midst of it too. They're going to be judged right along with you 2/3. But this is called Jacob's trouble for a reason, man, because the Lord has wrath towards the 2/3 of his people, man, for their wickedness, due to their behavior, the way that they live their lives, man. You see, not wanting to follow after his ways, so he's about to punish them, man, severely. You see? It says, but he shall be saved out of it, man. And who's going to be saved out of this? None other than the elect of the nation of Israel, man, the 1/3 remnant. Al-Baratazah, we be of that number, man, who the Lord is ultimately dealing with, who he's going to have that edge of protection around in these times, man. You see that are coming. You see? So I'm going to actually go to Daniel chapter 12. Bear with me. And we pray and hope that we're a part of that elect number, man, that remnant that's going to receive salvation from Yahweh Hashem Yahushua and be delivered and brought through these terrible times, man. Because we're going to need it, you know? We're not going to get ourselves through these times, man. You see, no matter how many stockpiles of food you may have, no matter how many so-called weapons you possess, if Yahweh Hashem Yahushua ain't on your side, man, you're through. You already finished, you know? This is Daniel's chapter 12. I'm going to read verse 1, right? It says, and at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince We're standing for the children of thy people, you see. And Michael, he's only standing up to protect the elect of the nation of Israel. You see, Michael ain't standing up to protect 2/3. He ain't standing up to protect you heathens. None of you people, man. If you're not of the Lord's elect, you see that 1/3 remnant, Yahweh Shem Yahushua ain't going to have no mercy upon you, man. No pity at all. You see? And I'm actually finished reading it, right? It says, and there shall be a time of trouble such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. And at that time, thy people shall be delivered, everyone that shall be found written in the book, you see? And that's how bad it's going to be, man. That the Lord has to speed up the time as well, as it tells you in Matthew 24 and 22. And except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved, man. But for the elect's sake, those days should be shortened. This is how bad it's going to get out here, man. That the Lord literally has to speed up the time and allow things to go by quicker. Because if not, then guess what? No one will ultimately be saved. Everybody will be destroyed, man. You see, and that's talking about with the destruction that Esau is ultimately bringing upon this world, right along with everything else the Lord is going to unleash. It's just going to be that terrible, man. You see? So bear with me. I'm going to go to that as well, right? Because we got to get back into that. I'm going to go back to 2nd Hedges 16, right? Bear with me. And I'm going to start at verse where we left off at. This is start at verse 72. It said, for they shall waste and take away their goods and cast them out of their houses, you see. And these are the things that are going to be happening soon come here in this place, Babylon and Great America. You see, for a lot of you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians, the Lord is going to put these devils in the spirit to basically to be snatching you jakes out of your houses, man, sending you off to these concentration camps that they're building, man. This is going to be the fate of a lot of you Israelites, man, you wicked jakes. But we know that some of us hopeful elect brothers and sisters, we also can be rounded up in these times and thrown into some of these detention centers. You see, but that's why it tells us in Revelation 2 and 10 to fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. You see, behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, that you may be tried, and you shall have tribulation 10 days, be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life. So at the end of the day, no matter what lot that the elect has, or no matter what situation they find themselves in, the Lord is going to be with them, comforting them in these times, man. Unlike you 2/3, you're not going to receive that comfort and that stability from the Lord. You see? So I'm finished reading. It says, verse 73, then shall they be known who are my chosen, and they shall be tried after gold in the fire. You see? So Yahweh Shem Yahushua is going to try his elect, man. You see? And ultimately, they're going to be that perfect gold in the sight of the Lord that's going to be refined and brought through these terrible times, man. You see? As it tells you in Zechariah 13 and 8, right? And I'm going to grab that real quick. The Lord is going to bring the elect through all of these trials, man, all of these different tests, all of these different temptations that soon to come is about to come upon this place, America, and the world. You see, the Lord is going to bring the elect through that hour of temptation. You know, when this devil make it mandatory in order for you to buy and sell in his society, you have to take a grain of rice within your forehead on your right hand, man. You see, the Lord is going to bring the elect through that. The Lord is going to bring them through the literal fire as well, which is going to be the nuclear destruction upon America. And he's going to be with them during the time of Jacob's trouble when all hell is breaking loose, man. When there's civil wars happening in the streets, when there's food shortages. You see, when there's all type of chaos and derision and everything just in turmoil, man. The Lord is going to be with the elect, right? So bear with me. This is Zechariah. Chapter 13, verse 8. And it shall come to pass that in all the land, saith the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushua, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die. You see, and that's talking about a lot of you wicked Israelites, man, that don't want to follow after the ways of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. That want to walk after the way of your own thoughts, man, that want to do things the way that you see fit. Guess what? When all of these things come upon the earth that the Lord is getting ready to bring, when all of these judgments start to unleash, you Jake's going to be caught dead slap in the midst of it with no protection, man. You see? And it says, but the third shall be left therein, right? Talking about the elect, verse 9. And I will bring the third part through the fire. You see, the Lord's going to bring the elect through all of the terrible times that are coming, man. You see? And will refine them as silver is refined, and will try them as gold is tried. You see? They shall call on my name, showing you the importance of those names, man, and Lashawan Kadash. You see, because the elect, as it tells you in Sirach 17 and 10, and the elect shall praise his holy name, man. The elect are going to be giving praises and honor to Yahweh Shem Yahushua through all of the different things that the Lord is going to be delivering and bringing them through, man. You see? So I'm going to finish reading. Oh, yeah, as it tells you also in Proverbs 18 and 10. that the name of the Lord is a strong tower, man. You go into that tower, that's like a place of refuge. You see, a place of comfort. You see, the name of the Lord is a strong tower. The righteous run into it and it's safe, man. And the Lord's elect, they're the righteous in his sight, and they're going to run to the names of Yahweh, Shah, and the Lord is going to be with them, man. The Lord is going to have angels protecting brothers. Brothers going to begin endowed with spiritual power to be able to defend themselves in these times. Oh, the Lord is definitely going to make sure that his men and the sincere sisters and their children are safe, man. You see? But it says, and I will hear them, and I will say it is my people, and they shall say the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, is my power, you see? So the Lord is going to be with the elect, man, in these terrible times that are coming, you see? But this is back in 2nd Hedges chapter 16, and I'm going to read verse 74. It says, hear, O ye my beloved, right? The elect, the house of David, saith the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, behold, the days of trouble are at hand. And that's what we're warning you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians about. We're telling you that a time like no other is getting ready to hit your front door. You see? And ultimately that you need to be preparing yourselves in the spirit by getting right with your power. But our people don't see the evil that's ahead. You see? What does it say in Proverbs 22:3? That a prudent man foreseeth the evil and hideth himself, man. But the simple pass on and are punished. And that's a good majority of our people. They're not being circumspect, man. They're not knowing and redeeming the times that the days that we are in are evil, man, especially for them. You see, they don't understand that we're in these times, man, and that these things are about to heat up, you know. They're not able to discern that, you see. That's why the Lord said in Matthew chapter 16, verse 3, oh, ye hypocrites, ye can discern the signs in the sky, but can ye not discern the signs of the times? And 2/3 of our people can't discern the signs of the times that we are in. They can't discern and know that we're living in times where it's about to get real ugly out here for them, man, right? So I'm going to finish reading it. It says, hear, O ye beloved, saith the Lord, behold, the days of trouble are at hand, right? But I will deliver you from the same. So like I said before, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua is going to be with the elect of the nation of Israel, and he's ultimately going to be delivering them through everything in which it is he's about to bring forth. Because we know it's about to get real ugly out here, man. You see, a lot of different things is about to plague this place, America, you know, and the world, but chiefly Babylon the Great. You see? So I'm going to read verse 75. It says, be ye not afraid, neither doubt, for Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua is your God. And that's the spirit that the elect are going to be in. They're going to be trusting in the Lord no matter what. As it tells you, I'm going to grab that. Sirach chapter 2, right? Also known as Ecclesiastes in the Apocrypha, right? Bear with me. The Lord is not going to forsake his elect in these times, man. He's going to be their God, right? Because they're going to be trusting in the Lord. As it tells you in Proverbs 3:5-6, to trust in the Lord with all thine heart and lean not into thine own understanding. And all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy paths, man. The Lord is going to be directing the paths of the elect, man, in these times. Leading them to food, you see, leading them to all different types of resources to sustain them, you know. Doing miracles on their behalf. The Lord is going to be doing a lot of things, man. You see? But I'm going to grab this precept. This is Sirach chapter 2. And I'm going to go straight to the point, verse 10. Look at the generations of old, right? And see, did any ever trust in the Lord and was confounded, right? The answer to that is no, man. You see, we see all of the different accounts throughout the scriptures of all our forefathers that, you know, trusted in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua and how the Lord came through for them, man. You see, look at Job for an example. You see all of the different things that Job went through, but at the end, the Lord blessed him with more than what he had in the beginning. That's how the Lord is going to do for his elect, man. He's going to come through for them in these times, man. You see? So it says, I'm going to read verse 10 again from the top. Look at the generations of old and see, did any ever trust in the Lord and was confounded? Or did any abide in his fear and was forsaken? Or whom did he ever despise that called upon him, man? Right? And sincere and in truth. You see, which is what the elect are going to do. And the Lord is not going to despise his elect. You see, he's going to come through for them, man. Right? Verse 11. For the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, is full of compassion and mercy, long-suffering, and very pitiful, and forgiveth sins, and saveth in time of affliction, man. And guess what? This is going to be a very afflicting time that we're about to come into. And guess what? The Lord is going to save his elect from these things, man. He's going to be with them, you know. So, yeah, I'm going to go back to 2nd Hedges chapter 15, right? Where I stopped at. And we're going to go to verse 5, right? It said, behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, right? The sword representing destruction, chaos, right? Calamities, destruction, famine, right? Food shortages. You see people not having anything to eat. You see all of these things are getting ready to come upon the shores of America, Babylon the Great, man. You see, and these are the things that we're warning you Israelites that are coming. You see, but what Jake believes in their mind, oh, it ain't gonna never be no famine. Oh, we ain't gonna never run out of Walmarts, and the food ain't gonna never stop coming in through these cargo freights that they get and all of this different stuff. Oh, the resources ain't gonna slow up. You tripping, man. You know, we always gonna have food at Walmart and at Kroger and all of these other different, you know, storehouses that they go to. They believe in their mind these things will never slow down. But hey, you sadly mistaken, because Yahweh Shem Yahushua is bringing a food shortage, man. And actually, you just had this Edomite farmer that I watched a video on maybe about a few weeks back. And he was actually going into talking about how soon come you're going to have famines happening in America due to ultimately all of the migrant workers, you see, that were snatched up by ICE, you see, and just all of these people that are being laid off and fired, man. Also with those tariffs that Trump put on a lot of these different countries, you see that now America is not doing business with them due to the tariffs, and they're not able to send off certain goods. So they're saying that a lot of the food that they mainly would ship off and receive money from, they're going bad. You see, so it's a lot of things that is happening, man, that people don't know about behind the scenes, man. And a famine will happen, man. Those are part of the plagues that Yahweh Shem Yahushua is going to bring upon the earth. And we know that a lot of people are going to perish of hunger, man. That's what's coming to America, man. You know? And I'm going to actually go to that precept, right, through the Spirit. We're going to get to that. This is Jeremiah chapter 15. And I'm going to start at verse 1. It said, then said the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushua, unto me, though Moses and Samuel stood before me, yet my mind cannot be towards this people. Talking about you Israelites, man. You see? You so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians. And it says, cast them out of my sight and let them go forth, you see? And we know that Samuel and Moses were two beloved men in the sight of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. But this is the point that our people are at, man, that guess what? Even if Moses and Samuel stood up, the Lord still won't have pity or mercy upon you 2/3, man. He's still going to bring these evils regardless, man. And these are the things that he's going to appoint, right? As I read down, verse 2. And it shall come to pass, if they say unto thee, whither shall we go forth, right? Then thou shalt tell them, thus saith the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushua, such as are for death to death, and such are for the sword to the sword, and such are for the famine to the famine, and such are for the captivity to the captivity, you see? So the Lord has everything already set up of what people's lots are, man. You see? The Lord already knows the amount of jakes that he's going to judge with famine, that's not going to have anything to eat. He know the amount of jakes that are going to be thrown into these concentration camps. You see? He know the amount of jakes that, you know, he's going to ultimately allow to perish by the sword. These are all of the things that the Lord is getting ready to bring, man. Right? And I'm going to read verse 3. And I will point over them 4 kinds, saith the Lord, right? The sword to slay, right? A lot of you jakes are going to get slayed by the sword, which is going to happen during these race wars and class wars and civil wars and all of these other different types of things that is coming to the shores of America. You see? A lot of you going to get slayed, getting sent over there to the Middle East, to the Valley of Jehoshaphat, to fight in the Third World War. These are the things that the Lord is bringing upon you jakes, man. You see, you 2/3 that are wicked, and as well as you other heathen nations, man. These are the evils that are about to fall upon you people, right? Soon come, you know? And it says, and the dogs to tear, you see? And hey, the Lord has spirits that are created for vengeance, man. You see, I actually just did a video earlier where you had this Edomite guy calling him out, and he basically said that you got lions in these woods in these American cities, man. You see? And we know that is true, man, because hey, the Lord has a lot of these animals preserved for these times we coming into, because he's going to appoint those over a lot of you jakes to judge you as well. These teeth of wild beasts. You see these dogs, these hyenas, all of these different animals that are in the zoo, because you best believe once they hit the power and that goes out, a lot of those zoos that house a lot of these animals in, that's going to be open, man. Why? And what they're going to do, they're going to go to a lot of these inner cities where a lot of you so-called Negro, Latino, Native Americans are at, being wicked, and the Lord going to have them judging you, man. You see, these are the things that are coming, you know? And I'm going to finish reading. It says, and the fowls of the heaven, right? and the beasts of the earth to devour and to destroy, man. These are the things that the Lord is going to bring, man. But that famine, you see, that's going to be the worst one of them all, you see? Because as it tells you in Lamentations chapter 4, right? I'm going to grab that. Bear with me. We know that's a terrible way to go out, man. And like I said, this is going to be the fate of a lot of you jakes, man. You know, not having anything to eat. You see, starving out, man. All right? This is Lamentations chapter 4. And I'm going to start at verse 8, right? It says, their visage is blacker than a coal. They are not known in the streets. Their skin cleaveth to their bones. It is withered. It has become like a stick, right? And that's going to be a lot of you Israelites out here bodies, man. You see, because you're not going to have anything to eat, man, due to the famine and the shortages of food and everything that's getting ready to come upon this place, America. You see, you're going to be out here like a stick, man, just skinny, man. You see, body deteriorating and eating off itself, man. You see, that's going to be a lot of these people soon come here in the next few weeks, days, and months in America, man. These things are coming, right? And I'm going to finish reading it, right? Verse 9. They that be slain with the sword are better than they that be slain with hunger, you see? So it's better to be slain with a sword, man, which is a killing instrument, which goes into a knife, goes into a modern day gun, which is the sword, and the very others different things, you see? Right? Than to be killed by hunger, man. Because like I was just saying, to perish of hunger or not having anything to eat, that's a slow, painful, deteriorating judgment, man. You see? And that's going to be terrible for a lot of you Israelites, man. But these are the things that the Lord is going to bring upon you, man. Due to you not ultimately reverencing him, fearing him, rehearsing his righteous acts to the best of your abilities, not wanting to repent, turn from your wickedness. Hey, the Lord going to bring these things upon you, jakes, man. You see? And I'm going to finish reading. It says, for these pine away, stricken through for want of the fruits of the field, man. Pine away means deteriorate, man. That's what people are going to be doing out here, man. And it's going to be very, you know, devastating, man. But hey, like I said, that's all the judgment coming from the Lord, man. You see, these things were created for the wicked, man. As it tells you in Sirach chapter 40. I'm going to grab that. That's who these things are going to be appointed to, man. The wicked, you see, because the Lord, like I was saying earlier, is going to come through for the elect of the nation of Israel. He's going to come through for the 1/3 of his people, you see. But for you wicked Israelites and you heathens, man, hey, you people are going to feel the wrath of Yahushua through these judgments he's going to bring forth, you see. So bear with me. I'm going to grab Sirach, also known as Ecclesiastes chapter 40. And I'm going to start at verse 8, right? But the point is at verse 10. It says, such things happen unto all flesh, both man and beast, and that is sevenfold more upon sinners, right? Verse 9, death and bloodshed, strife and sword, calamities, famine, right? Tribulation and the scourge. Verse 10, these things are created for the wicked, you see? And for their sakes came the flood. So like I said, these things that are about to get poured out upon the earth in these times are only for the wicked of our people, man, in these nations. You see, the Lord is going to be with his elect during the time of famine, man. You see, the elect are not going to have to worry about, oh, what we going to eat today? Oh, what we got to do to, you know, stay hydrated and stuff like that. No, the Lord is going to take care of all of those needs, man, for the elect. You see, Lord's willing, we be at that number. And I'm going to go into a few precepts. It tells you that in the book of Job that we shall laugh in the time of famine, man, right? Because Yahweh Shem Yahushua is going to be coming through for us. Avaratazah, we be at that number. You see, he's going to be making a way for us, man. So, hey, we're not going to be like the rest of these people out here, man, dwelling in torments and miserable, man, not knowing what to do. Ultimately, they're going to resort to taking that MOTBC help, man. You see, because that's what's going to happen, man. It's going to get so desperate out here to the point that when this devil comes in with this implantable device, people are going to be willing to take it just for the lack of food, the lack of resources, and everything else that's going to get stripped away, right? But bear with me. Like I said, the elect are not going to have to worry about any of those things, though, you know? This is Psalms chapter 37. This is actually one of my favorite Psalms, right? And I'm going to go to verse 25. I have been young and now I'm old, yet have I not seen the righteous, right, the elect, forsaken nor his seed begging bread. So like I said, Yahweh Shem Yahushua in these times when there is famine, When there is all type of different diverse, evils and things that are coming upon this place, guess what? The Lord is going to come through for the elect, man. You see, they're going to be preserved and nourished in these times. The Lord is going to take care of them, man. You see, as it tells you also, I'm going to go to Psalms chapter 34. All right, bear with me. This is Psalm chapter 34, and I'm going to start at verse 17, right? It says, the righteous cry, and the Lord heareth and delivereth him out of all their troubles. You see, so all of these troublesome times that it is the Lord is about to bring upon his earth, guess what? He's going to be with the elect in these times, man, comforting them and bringing them through it. You see, supporting them, right? As it tells you in Psalms 34:7, that the angels of the Lord encampeth round about those that fear him and delivereth them, man. The Lord is going to be delivering the elect through all of these terrible times that are coming, man. When there is famine, when there is, just complete lawlessness and chaos happening out here in these streets of America, the Lord is going to be with the elect, man, shielding them and protecting them and guiding them. You see? Verse 18, the Lord is nigh, meaning close, right? Unto them that are of a broken heart, and saveth such as be of a contrite spirit, right? And the elect are in that contrite spirit. They're the only ones sighing and crying for the abominations that are being done in the midst thereof, man. 2/3 of our people not sighing and crying to the Lord, you see, begging to be delivered, man, begging for this place to be destroyed. No, they're in the spirit of loving this place, man, thinking that America's going to continue to keep going on the way it's going. You see, they love it here, man. They love being in chains, man. You see, love being under captivity under their oppressor, man. Our people don't want to see better. But the elect, they're in that contrite, lowly spirit, man. You see? And it says, verse 19, many are the afflictions, right, of the righteous, but the Lord delivereth him out of them all, man. Guess what? And the Lord is going to bring the elect through these afflicting times, right? Verse 20, he keepeth all his bones, not one of them is broken. So like I said, the Lord is going to keep us in these times, man, when everything is happening. You see? And I'm going to go to Isaiah. I'm going to go to chapter 65, right? And I'm going to start at verse 13. It says, therefore, Salakia, thus saith the Lord power, behold, my servants shall eat, right? The men of the Lord, the prophets, right? The hopeful elect lady, right? Their children. But ye shall be hungry. Behold, my servants shall drink, but ye shall be thirsty. Behold, my servants shall rejoice, but ye shall be ashamed. You see? Verse 14, behold, my servants shall, but ye shall cry for sorrow of heart, and shall howl for vexation of spirit. And when it's talking about that ye shall be thirsty, ye shall be hungry, ye shall be ashamed, that's going into the 2/3 of our people, man, that did not want to walk after the ways of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. In these times that we're coming into, that the men of the Lord have been warning them about, telling them it's going to happen, hey, they're not going to be protected in these times. Yahweh Shem Yahushua is not going to be comforting them, supporting them. You see, he's not going to be coming to their aid and assistance. You see, but he's going to do that for the elect, those that have obeyed the words of his mouth, those that have been doing the things that is pleasing unto him to the best of their abilities, man. Lord's will we be those men, you see? But I'm actually get back in the second Hedges chapter 15, right? And I'm going to start back at verse 5. We're going to read it again from the top, right? And it says, behold, saith the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction, right? And ultimately, the reason why the Lord is going to bring these things is, it tells you on down in verse 6. For wickedness, right? Sin upon sin, iniquity. You see, especially upon 2/3 of our own people, man, right? Because Jacob loves being wicked, man. That's why they don't want to turn away from their wicked ways and seek after Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Because Jake loves being a demon, man. Jake loves doing things that goes against the ways of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. You see, as it tells you in let me grab that. Jeremiah chapter 4. We're going to read verse 22, right? It says, for my people, who's the Lord's people again? You so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians, right? It's foolish. They have not known me. They are sottish children, meaning stupid, man, right? Because Jake don't want to do the right thing, man. Jake love being a demon, man. Jake love doing things that is against the ways of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. You see? And it says, And they have none understanding, right? And that's because they don't want to have the understanding of the Lord. Because like I said, our people love walking after the ways that is wrong. You see, they love walking after the ways that is pleasing unto them. You see, Jake loved being a YN. You see, Eve loved being a TikTok whore and all of these other different things that they do, man. Love being a street ninja, you know. Jake loved doing things that is wicked, man. You see, he loves selling drugs. He loved, committing adultery with another man's wife. You see, these are the things that our people heavily love. You see? And it says, they are wise to do evil, but to do good, they have no knowledge. Like I was just saying, they're wise to do anything that goes against the law, statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. They're wise to do that. You see? But to do the right thing, to turn sorrowful and remorseful for their wrongful thoughts, sins, and doings in this life and their former lives, they don't want to do that, man. That's too hard for Jake. You see? Following after the ways of the Lord. You see? Turning away from the ways of this place, America. You see? Being transformed by the renewing of your mind. Jake doesn't want to do that, man. That's too hard for these people. You see? And guess what? That's why the Lord is about to judge them. You see? As it tells you in Hosea 4:6, man. Right? And I'm going to grab that scripture too. Bear with me, brothers. This is Hosea chapter 4, verse 6. It says, my people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge, you see? That's because you don't have the knowledge and wisdom of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, these scriptures, you see? Because thou hast rejected knowledge. And how do they reject the knowledge, man? Through the service of the prophets, man. The men that Yahweh Shem Yahushua have ultimately set up in these times to be their teachers, to warn them, man. Starting off with the elder apostles and the elder bishops of the great millstone, man. You see? Who are the true men of the Lord. You see, whether you people want to believe it or not, man. You see, it says, I will also reject thee. And that's what Yahweh Shem Yahushua is about to do in these times upon you Jakes, man. A lot of you Jakes that have been rejecting the ways of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, guess what? In these times of evil that the Lord is about to bring, he going to reject you too. You see, he's not about to have any sympathy upon you, man. Right? Because when he stretched forth his hand, you didn't regard it. You see, so he's not about to regard you. You see? And it says, that thou should be no priest to me, seeing thou hast forgotten the law of thy power, I will also forget thy children, man. You see? So I'm going to get back to that 2nd Ezra chapter 5. Well, 2nd Ezra chapter 15, verse 6 again. For wickedness have exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled, man, especially in this place, Babylon, the great America, man. You see, this place is the headquarter of wickedness, man, especially among a good majority of our people, man, right? And this is how we know we're in that time and season of judgment, because just like what was happening during the days of Noah, you see, when the Lord looked down upon the earth, as it tells you in Genesis 6 and 5, that. Because that's the same thing that's happening now that we see, man. Nothing is roaming in this place, America, but wickedness, man. That's all that's celebrated. That's all that's promoted. That's all they exalt. That's all they look towards. You see, that's all they promote to the people, to the kids. See? And that's why this place is about to go down, man. You see? Chapter 6, verse 5. And Yahweh saw that the wickedness of man and women, right, was great in the earth, just like it is now, man. You see, wickedness is very great in the earth, man. You see, and that's because everybody is following after the ways of America, man. You see, this place has the whole world drunken with its philosophies, man. And that's why the Lord is about to get rid of this damn place, man. You see? And it says, and Yahweh saw that the wickedness of man was great in the earth, and that every imaginations, right, or the thoughts of his or her heart, meaning their minds, was only evil continually, man. And that's exactly what you see here in this place, America, especially among 2/3 of Jake, man. All a lot of people think about is wickedness all day, every day, man. Even these heathens, that's all they're promoting about is evil, man. How to get away with being evil, how to get over on the next person, how they can steal, how they can rob, how they can manipulate someone to get something that they want. You see, everybody is selfish in this society, man. This is a very narcissistic society that we are in, man. And that's why Yahweh Shem Yahushua is about to melt this damn place, man. And we can't wait. You know? So I'm going to finish reading it. 2nd Ezra chapter 15. And I'm going to read verse 7. Therefore saith the Lord, right? Yahweh Shem Yahushua, verse 8. I will hold my tongue no more. It's touching their wickedness, which they profanely commit. Neither will I suffer them in those things in which they wickedly exercise themselves, you see? Because ultimately, guess what, man? Jake commits sin like, it's going out of style. You would have thought Jake gets paid for the amount of wickedness that they do. You see, and like I said, they do get paid in wickedness, man, because we know in this society, the only way you're really going to make it, the only way you're going to really get something, guess what? You got to be on the side of this devil. You got to be doing the things in which it is that they want you to do. You see, you got to be conformed to this place. You got to bow down. And 2/3 of our people, they have bowed down to the ways of America, Babylon the Great, man. You see? But hey, that's why the Lord is about to judge you 2/3, man. You see, and you heathens as well, man. Nobody escapes but the elect of the nation of Israel. You see, the earth are going to be the only ones that the Lord is going to have his pity and mercy in these times, right? It says, behold, the innocent and the righteous blood crieth unto me, and the souls of the just complain continually, right? And that goes to the book of Ezekiel chapter 9, and I'm going to grab that, right? Because they're complaining continually, man. You see, the elect of the nation of Israel. You see, the 1/3 remnant, the men, women, and children, man. You see, are the hopeful elect. They're the only ones complaining, man, sighing and crying for all of the wickedness that ultimately is being done in this place, America, man, and worldwide. You see, with this devil being in power. You see? I'm going to go to that. This is Ezekiel chapter 9, verse 3. And the glory of the power of Yasha'Allah was gone up from the cherub, whereupon he was to the threshold of the house, and he called to the man clothed with linen, which had the writer's inkhorn by his side, which this is going to be a death angel, man, because Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua in these times are about to unleash death angels. You see, and like I said, they're going to come in the form of all of those things that I mentioned earlier. The famines, the pestilence, the teeth of wild beasts. You see, the sword. That's what the Lord is getting ready to unleash, man, upon you 2/3 of you heathens here in America, Babylon the Great, and worldwide. You see, various different judgments. You see? And it says, verse 4, and the Lord power said unto him, go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem, or Jerusalem, which is a people before it's a place, right? Which are you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native American Indians, man, right? It said it set a mark, right? And that's what we pray to have upon us, that mark, man, right? And this mark is talking about a different mark from Revelations 13 to 16. That's talking about the Karagma. But in this case, this mark is talking about in the Hebrew word tawat, which means to be exempt from judgment. And that's what we also pray and hope that the Lord has upon us in these times, that that we're worthy to escape the judgments and the horrible times that he's about to bring upon the earth. You see? And it says, upon the foreheads, right, of the men that sighed, that cried, for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof. You see? And it says, verse 5, and to the others he said, in my hearing, go ye after him through the city, which is going to be in America, right? And smite, right? That word smite means to put down in a violent fashion. You see, Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua is about to smite a lot of people, man. What a Salakia, he's about to smite a lot of people, in these times that we are in. And it says, let not your eyes spare, neither have ye pity. You see, Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua is not going to have any remorse for the judgments that he's about to bring upon the 2/3 of his people, man. Right? And like I said, it all goes back to our people's wickedness, man, their behavior. Look how Jake behaved, man. Look how they act. You see, look how they conduct themselves and live their lives, man. You see, the stuff that they do every day, the perverseness, the wickedness that they do. And you think the Lord finna have mercy upon these people, man? No, not at all. You see? And it says, verse 6, slay utterly old and young, both maids and little children and women, you see? So the Lord is no respecter of persons, man, as it tells you in Romans chapter 2, verse 11. You see? So the Lord doesn't care who you are, who you think you are, who you are on this side, how much money you may possess and have and all of that stuff, man. That ain't about to matter when these judgments start getting brought forth. If you're not of the Lord's elect, you're about to feel judgment. That just is what it is, man. Especially for you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native American Indians. What does this say in 2 Chronicles, right? I'm going to grab that real quick and we're going to come back. This is 2 Chronicles, chapter 15. And I'm going to start at verse 12, right? But the point is at 13. And it says, and they entered into a covenant to seek the Lord power with their fathers with all their heart and with all their souls. Verse 13, that whosoever would not seek the Lord power of Israel should be put to death, whether small or great, whether man or woman. You see, so the Lord ain't finna have no pity upon nobody, man. None other than his elect of the nation of Israel. You see? So for you women out there, you see of our nation that are not seeking the Lord, that are not of the elect lady, hey, you're going to get judged too, right along with you and your wicked children that you have, man. You see, the Lord is not about to have any mercy upon you Israelites, man. You see? Because like I said, at the end of the day, you Jakes were warned by the men of the Lord to turn from your wickedness. And guess what? You want to continue to indulge in the wicked behavior and live the lifestyles that you live. So, hey, don't cry when the Lord judges you, man. You see? Back in Ezekiel chapter 9, verse 6 again. Slay utterly old and young, both maid and little children and women. Become not near any man upon whom is the mark, right? That the elect, they're going to be exempt from the judgment that's being brought, right? And begin in my sanctuary, then they begin at the ancient men, which were before the house. You see? So like I was saying, you know, the Lord is going to definitely bring forth a lot of judgment in these times and seasons that we are in. But he's ultimately going to deliver his elect through these times as well, you see? They're going to make it through all of these things in which it is that is about to come, man. But for you wicked Israelites that are not trying to seek Yahweh Shem Yahushua, that are not trying to do the things in which it is the Lord requires you to do to the best of your abilities, hey, this is about to be a lot of you people's fate real soon, man. You see? And I'm going to go to that precept real quick through the Spirit, right? Got to bring it out. This is Proverbs, right? Chapter 1. And I'm going to start at verse 20. It said, wisdom crieth without, she uttereth her voice in the streets. And what is that wisdom? This knowledge and wisdom of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. This word that's going out, you see? Verse 21, she cried in the chief place of concourse, which the chief place of concourse is me out here on these highways and hedges. You see, all of these people that are walking by and driving by daily, that hear the men of the Lord out here speaking mainly of our people. Guess what? They're not taking heed to this wisdom. You see, they're not trying to apply these spiritual treasures and riches that we're giving unto them to their lives. You see, they can care less about this information that we're giving out. You see? Right? But it says, she crieth in the chief place of concourse, in the openings of the gates. In the city she uttereth her words, saying, right, verse 22, how long, ye simple ones, will ye love simplicity, right? And the scorners delight in their scorning, and fools hate knowledge. And really, that's just what it is altogether, man, that Jake despises knowledge. You see? Because we know, as it tells us in Proverbs 1 and on up to verse 7, it says that the fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge. You see? But fools despise wisdom and instruction, roughly paraphrasing it. So we know really our people don't want knowledge because they don't fear the Lord. You see? Because in order for you to receive that knowledge and understanding, you have to fear the Lord, which is the beginning of knowledge, right? But our people don't fear the Lord at all, man. And you can tell that by their behavior, by the way that they live their lives, the way that the things that they do. You see? You can tell that these jakes out here don't fear the Lord. But guess what? You're about to fear the Lord. And you're about to fear him soon come, man, with these judgments that he's about to bring upon you. You know? You're going to know it after death by pain, man. As it tells you in 2nd Hedges chapter 9, verse 12. You see? So I'm going to finish reading it. This is Proverbs 1 and verse 23. Turn you at my reproof. Behold, I will pour out my spirit unto you. I will make known my words unto you. You see? And how is Yahweh Shem Yahushua making known his words unto you, Jakes? Jeremiah 3 and 15. You see? The prophets, the men. Right? And I'm going to go to that real quick and we're going to come back. Got to read it. And it says, and I will give you pastors, meaning teachers, according to mine heart, which shall feed you with knowledge and understanding. And that's what the Lord has set up the elder apostles and the elder bishops in these times to do for you Israelites, man. And what are you doing? Oh, I don't want to listen to what they saying. Oh, that stuff they talking about ain't gonna never happen, man. Oh, that Bible, that's the white man's book, man. What is they talking about? Man, they've been preaching that stuff for years. Ain't none of that stuff they saying gonna happen. This is the mindset of our people, man. A good majority of them. They don't believe that judgment is coming to this place, America. You see, they don't believe that Yahweh Shem Yahushua is about to judge them for all of their wickedness, man. But they're about to see, though. You know, they about to see real soon. Right? It says, verse 24, because I have called and ye refuse, I have stretched out my hand and no man regarded, right? And no one's regarding the words of Yahweh Shem Yahushua that he's speaking through his prophets, the men. Everybody's laughing. Everybody's scoffing. Everybody's believing in their own way, you see? Nobody wants to do right according to our people, man. You see, they want to continue to engage in their wickedness, man. You see? So it says, verse 25, but ye have set at naught all my counsel with none of my reproof, you see? And when you go into that word reproof, it goes into correction. And ultimately, we know that a good majority of our people, they do not like being corrected, man. You see, the average Negro, Latino, Native American man and woman does not like being told what to do. They love doing things the way that they see fit, man. You see, because Jake is very rebellious, man. As it tells you in, what is that precept? It tells you, I think that's 1 Samuel 15:23. For rebellion is as the sin of witchcraft, roughly paraphrasing it. And we know what the scripture says, man, that thou shalt not suffer a witch to live, you see? So our people that are in that rebellious state of mind against their power, you're rebelling against the words of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, then hey, the Lord is about to deal with you soon come, man. You see, lest you repent. But hey, you're going to be dealt with, you know, and that's just what's coming. As it tells you in Proverbs 15:10, that correction is grievous unto him or her that forsaketh the way, and he that hateth reproof shall die. So if you hate and despise the ways of Yahweh Shem Yahushua and you don't want to align your life with what the Lord wants you to do, for you Israelites out there, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native American Indians, in these times that are coming, you're about to die. You see? No ifs, ands, or buts about it. No sugarcoating it. That's what's coming. You're going to die. You see? And it says, verse 26, I also will laugh at your calamities. I will mock when your fear cometh. And guess what? The men of the Lord, Abaratazah, we be at the elect number. We're going to laugh at you, Jakes, man. When the Lord begins to start really judging you, Jakes, and applying pressure, using this so-called white man to do the things that he's about to do unto you, Jakes, we're going to laugh. We're going to rejoice, man. You see? Because ultimately, we know that the Lord has to do something to you, Jakes, man, because you're not going to get it. You're going to continue to walk around this place feeling as though you're tougher than everybody, being proud, being wicked. But hey, the Lord is about to bring judgment upon you, Jakes, man. And we can't wait so we can laugh at you people, man. Right? Because ultimately, at the end of the day, we know that we have warned you week in and week out, whether you listen or not, that these things are coming, man. So, hey, the Lord ain't going to have pity upon you, and we not either. You see? Verse 27. When your fear cometh as desolation, and your destruction cometh as a whirlwind, when distress and anguish cometh upon you, you see? And that's what Jacob always loved to do. You know, they're late always to the party. You see, here it is. This word is going out week in and week out through the elder apostles, the elder bishops, and the brothers teaching the same doctrine. These videos are going out week in and week out. And what is our people doing? They're not trying to build themselves up in the Lord now. You see, they hate this knowledge. This information doesn't please their flesh. But soon come in the very near future when all hell breaks loose, a lot of you Jakes are going to wish that you were seeking after this knowledge. You're going to wish that you would have repented and turned back to Yahweh Shem Yahushua. But it's going to be too late for a lot of you Jakes, man. You see, as it tells you in Ezekiel, right? I'm going to grab that, chapter 7. We're going to grab that. This is Ezekiel chapter 7. And we're going to read verse 25. Destruction cometh, and they shall seek peace, right? Talking about you Israelites, man, because when these things actually begin to come to pass that we've been warning you about, then guess what? Then you're going to be trying to seek the Lord. Then you're going to be trying to repent. Then you're going to be trying to wish you would have took heed to the warnings. But hey, the Lord ain't going to be with you, man, at all. You see? So it says, destruction cometh, and they shall seek peace, and there shall be none, man. And that's the time and seasons that we're coming into, where a lot of you Jakes are going to realize last minute that you should have took heed, man, of these warnings, you know, and that a lot of you, you're going to realize in that time when the Lord brings these evils upon you that you messed up, man. You see? And it says, Proverbs chapter 1, verse 28, it said, then shall they call upon me, right? When all hell breaks loose. But I will not answer. They shall seek me early, but they shall not find me, right? And this is the reason why, verse 29, for that they hated knowledge and did not choose the fear of the Lord. You see, you didn't want to fear Yahweh Shem Yahushua. You see, you didn't want to live your life according to the way that he wants you to live your life. You wanted to do things your own way, Jake. So guess what? The Lord ain't going to be with you in these times when he brings evil, man. You see, at all. So I'm going to read this as well. This is verse 30. They were none of my counsel. They despised all my reproof, right? They despised the correction of the Lord, right? Therefore shall they eat of the fruit of their own way and be filled with their own devices, right? The Lord going to continue to let you to keep walking in that way that you be walking in. You see, walking after your own thoughts. But as it tells you in Proverbs 14:12, that there is a way which seemeth right unto a man or a woman, but the end thereof are the ways of death. So a lot of you Jakes, you're just going to continue to keep doing the things in which it is that you're doing. And ultimately the Lord is going to judge you, man. You see? And it says, verse 32, for the turning away of the simple shall slay them, and the prosperity of fools shall destroy them, right? Verse 33, but whoso hearkeneth unto me, right, which that word hearkens means to listen, right, to turn back, to repent, which is only the elect are going to do that, right, shall dwell safely and shall be quiet from the fear of evil, man. So Yahweh Shem Yahushua is going to be with his elect during these fearful times that are coming upon his earth, you see. But for you Jakes out there that don't want to listen to Yahweh Shem Yahushua, this is coming for you, man, right? This is 2nd Ezra chapter 9. And I'm going to start at verse 9. It said, then shall they be in pitiful case, which now have abused my ways, right? And they that have cast them away despitefully shall dwell in torments. So for a lot of you Jakes out there that don't want to follow after the ways of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, you did not want to, take this grace period seriously by building yourselves up in the spirit, by getting right with your power, turning back to him for your wrongful thoughts, sayings, and doings. Then guess what? You're going to dwell in torments, man. You see? As it tells you in 2nd Ezra 8:50, man, one of my favorite scriptures. For many great miseries shall be done unto them that in the latter days, which is that time that we're in now, that dwell in the world because they have walked in pride. You see, very proud, man, but the Lord is about to bust that balloon real soon. You see, for a lot of you men and you women, you see, it's coming, man, right? Verse 10, for such as in their life have received benefits and have not known me, right? Verse 11, and they that have loathed my law, which loathe goes into hating something, right? And it says, while they had yet liberty, right? Because you got this grace period, it's still open. But hey, those doors of mercy are fastly closing, man. You see, it won't be no time for you Jakes to seek the Lord real soon, man. That's why you want to do these things now while you have time. You see, and to not be tarrying, not playing around. You see, what does it say in Isaiah 55? I'm going to grab that real quick through the spirit as well. So bear. This is Isaiah chapter 55, verse 6. Seek ye the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushua, for you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native American Indians out there, while he may be found. Call ye upon him while he is near, because the Lord is near, man. You see, you still got the brothers out here making their bodies deliver sacrifice to warn you Israelites week in and week out. Hey, the Lord's voice is still going out, man. You can still turn back to him. But guess what? Like I said, those doors of mercy are fastly closing, man, because we're getting ready to come into this evil time that we've been speaking about, you see, for years, starting off with the elder apostles and the elder bishops, a great millstone, you see? So there's not going to be any more, seeking the Lord real soon, man, Verse 7, let the wicked, right, forsake his way, and the unrighteous man or woman his or her thoughts, and let him return unto the Lord, right? And he will have mercy upon him and to our power, for he will abundantly pardon. But the Lord is only going to have that mercy for the elect, man. That's only going to seek him and to turn back to him, sincerely, right? But this is back in 2nd Ezra chapter 9, verse 11. And they that have loathed my law while they had yet liberty, right? And when as yet place of repentance was open unto them, understood not, but despised it. Because really, Jake, they despise the ways of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. You see, that's why they don't want to hear this gospel, man. That's why they're offended at hearing these words that the men of the Lord are teaching every week, man. The videos we put up, that's why you got so many scoffers coming up under the comment boards, leaving their hate messages and all of that different stuff. And it mainly be our own people, man. That's because they really hate the ways of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. But guess what? If you hate the ways of the Lord, guess what? He has something for you, man. And it's called judgment, Verse 12, the same must know it after death by pain, man. You see, and that's what Yahweh Shem Yahushua is getting ready to bring to this earth, man. For all people that are wicked, man. 2/3 heathens and anybody that's not of the Lord's elect. You see, this is going to be their fate real soon, So with that being said, we're going to end this lesson by giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai Ba'ashem Rakakadash. Double honors to the elder apostles and the elder bishops of the great millstone that rule well and that teach well while learning the truth 100% according to the Bible. I also want to say shalom to the elect, the 144,000 men, prophets, servants scattered abroad the four corners of the earth. And shalom to you, Akwaf, which are you few sisters that are sincere, and your children. To the next time, I'm going to say Kwam Yasharala, shalom to the elect, shalom.